All right!
Let's do this.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on another episode of Free Beer with Charlie. I'm Big Al, and this is Charlie.
Hey, how's our free beer community doing? We hope you've had a great week. Big Al, what's new and exciting?
Oh, nothing really, just ready to come back and sample some more beer, see what's out there in the beer world. And
you know, I'm so thankful that, everything's opening back up.
Yeah, things are looking good.
I'm so thankful. We've been really lucky here the last few weeks to get out and see live music again.
It's about time.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. And another exciting thing is we got a beer we're going to talk about tonight.
Very good beer.
We love the band. We hope they get back out touring soon. They've got a new album coming out here in a couple weeks.
At least they're still making beer.
Yes, and at least they're still making beer.
I got something I got to get off my chest though.
What? Do it.
I mean, here's the thing. You're probably like me. You're not the most observant person in the world. No, I think it's a guy thing.
It is.
I've hiked in the Grand Canyon. I've walked in a Brazilian rainforest. But when I walk across my front yard, I don't notice things sometimes. It's not as exciting for me as, those other places.
A Brazilian rainforest is a whole lot different than my front yard.
My little patch of yard with some bushes on the side.
Yeah.
But my wife's out there all the time, doing stuff, planting something, pulling something, I don't know.
Clipping, trimming.
If I don't see it, I'm in trouble. But I've come up with a plan to fix this, okay? A comeback. You gotta have a good comeback.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're brave.
Yeah, you gotta be brave.
And she said, did you see what I did to the bushes? And I said, no. And she's like, I trimmed the bushes. She said, you're not very observant. And I said, you knew that going in. And she said, no, I didn't. And I said, well, it was in the brochure. Because if you went today and found a car you liked, okay, and the dealer said, come on in, we'll write you up. You went in there and wrote it up, went back out, opened the door and realized there's no seats. That wouldn't be their fault. I'm sure somewhere in the fine print it says, oh, by the way, this car has no seats. Yeah, as is.
As is.
Well, it's the same way with men.
Yeah.
Do your homework. It's buyer beware, ladies. It's buyer beware.
And you gotta love women, but it seems like every woman likes a project and they think that we're a project. And my wife's been working on me for over 30 years and, I thought I was fine the first year.
Well, you thought so, but you were wrong.
I was wrong. But now I am awesome.
But you know what? A project with guys is the project of nailing Jello to the wall.
Yes.
It's kind of like a never-ending battle that's just not going to happen.
It depends on the heat and the weather. Sometimes it holds up better and, sometimes,
Well, nothing on me really is holding up. So women, let it go.
Just bear with us. We have a lot on our plate.
Yeah.
A lot on our mind.
That's right. Well, a lot on our plate.
Oh, yeah. And then we put a beer beside the plate and life is good again.
Yeah, there you go. It all makes sense.
It goes full circle.
So this beer we're looking at is coming out of Robinson Brewery.
Now, Robinson's Brewery is coming out of the UK. They're the largest brewery in UK, and they've been around since 1838.
Yeah, they now have 260 pubs across the UK. All right, Charlie, let's pull this beer out of there and see what we got.
Whoa! Now, this has got Eddie on the front of it.
Yeah.
Now, any of you familiar with Iron Maiden know that Eddie's been Iron Maiden's mascot since the beginning.
So yeah, Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer, has collaborated with Robinson Brewery since 2013.
You'll have to go to freebeerwithcharlie.com, check out some of our earlier Iron Maiden beer reviews to find out more about Robinson's Brewery. Great brewery, like we said earlier. They've been around since 1838.
Speaking of being around a long time, Iron Maiden's been at it for over 40 years, really.
Yeah.
And they've sold over 100 million albums.
Man, that's a lot.
It is.
I mean, but anybody who's ever seen Iron Maiden live, of all the bands I've seen personally, they're one of the best live. If you get a chance. And speaking of that, this beer was inspired by their last tour.
Yeah, that was the 2019 tour, Legacy of the Beast.
Yeah, and what was exciting, and that's what I love about Bruce Dickinson, it doesn't matter where he's at, he's out sampling beers, and when he came to the States and was touring around and realized how many different forms of IPAs that we enjoy here, that was the inspiration for this beer.
I don't think they really do that over there in the UK like we do here.
No. And what I think is cool about it, and you got to give our brothers across the big pond, they refer to this beer as a treat for their cousins. So I thought that was cool.
Sure.
That they're doing that for us. Just another beer.
Even though we ran them off back in the 1700s,
days.
There's still.
But still, love is still love.
That's right.
And it's just like with music. That's my thing about music is from the time I was a kid and started going to concerts and playing in bands, it doesn't matter when you're there. It doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, what kind, color, size, shape. Everybody's there for the same thing. And that's why we love our beer brewers, our craft brewers, is because it's all the same thing. We all have a common ground because we can always talk about beer.
Yeah, we have more things in common than we have that aren't.
Splits us.
Yep.
And so once again, we got to give Iron Maiden and Robinson's Brewery kudos because I'm excited to try this.
Oh, they're doing great work. Why don't we open this up and see what it's like?
Let's do it. I almost got lost. I was trying to find the bottle.
Those caps are cool.
Oh yeah, we'll have to try to, if I can get this off, we'll try to get a picture of it.
Oh, they welded on?
I think so. Now, one thing that was exciting when we did our Fear of the Dark video is every cap on their Fear of the Dark is a different album from a different year.
Right.
Now, you got to give Iron Maiden once again, Bruce Dickinson, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
So what they do on their newest beer,
now they're all about a song.
they're all doing caps from songs from those previous albums.
So very collectible.
Very collectible.
Call it, Charlie.
All right, I'm gonna call heads.
Producer? He's giving you the thumbs up.
I got one.
All right.
That is awesome. The other thing we like about Robinson's Brewery and Iron Maiden?
16 ounces.
That's right.
Did we wax this down or something?
I think so.
These things are flying across the bar.
Seems pretty slick today. Ooh, I'm bouncing beer everywhere.
Bouncing beer.
Bouncing beer.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Once again, I got a half a glass and try to go forward. I'm just giving you grief. I think it's fun.
It is fun. I always try to get more beer.
Oh, heck yeah. That is so clear.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, it's a gorgeous beer. Look at the head on that. That is white.
Yeah, that looks a lot like a Budweiser.
Yeah, it does.
Just from the, Budweiser Heavy.
Smell that.
Interesting, yeah. That's got a malty smell.
Yeah, it's kind of there's a floral in it too.
There
though.
is,
It's
yeah.
kind of, I get that IPA smell. I mean, that's that floral.
That's mild though.
Yeah, very mild.
What would you give that on the smell?
I'd say probably just typical one.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a swig.
Sure. Wow. Nice and clean.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Okay, for an IPA, that is mild.
very mild.
Yeah.
By the smell, I thought it was going to have a lot more bite and bitterness
Well,
to
the
it.
floral smell doesn't really come through too much on the taste.
No.
But it's nice. It's got a malty taste.
And you get that sweet floral slightly up front. Mm-hmm. And then you get that typical slight bitterness on the backside.
Slight bitter. It's not very much.
No. It's funny because when I see IPA, I still kind of get tinges because back the first IPAs we tried, I swear to you, it was like we went out in the yard and just ate the grass.
Oh yeah, we were like
Oh yeah,
cows
like
out there,
we were like,
apparently,
why would he drink
grazing.
this? Well, then the next ones we tried were the opposite end of the spectrum. They went from the grassy to the so fruity over the top that it was just like, wow.
all that done with hops, which amazed me.
Yeah.
All these different flavors and nuances are hops.
And so we've gone from those two extremes to this. This is a very
I wouldn't have known it was an IPA if they hadn't said so.
no, very good clean beer. Not bad.
Flavor-wise, I'm thinking sweet to bitter. I'm going to give that a 1 also. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't get any of the what I would think of as typical IPA. I mean, it's very mild.
Some of the IPAs have been harsh.
Yeah.
Some have been fruity, like you said, or floral. Some have even been creamy. Think about Hop Bullet and some of those. Good beers, but just differences in how they come out.
Yeah. What was that other one we tried that was real creamy?
It was the Voodoo Ranger Imperial. It's a lot that way.
It's a lot that way too.
Good beer.
Good beer. Well, what do we think about categories on this, Big Al?
Oh my, we could guzzle this.
This is definitely a guzzler.
Yeah.
I can't say that about a lot of IPAs, but this is a guzzler.
And like most guzzlers, it's refresher.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
if you can guzzle it down, you're getting refreshed.
And I'd say this would be a great beer for in between anything. Whether you had a dark, a lager, another IPA.
Yeah.
I think it's just got enough notes and mellowness to it that it's wonderful.
And let me throw this out at you. What about this as an entry-level beer? Because if you want to try an IPA for the first time, this is calm enough.
Yeah, I think Big Al's got a good point there. I think if you're trying to introduce somebody to an IPA who's never had one before, yes, this is definitely.
Now, maybe not somebody who's never had a beer, period.
No, they'd have to have some beer before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get somebody going from a lager to an IPA, this would be the way to go.
If we had tried one of these as an IPA way back years ago, we wouldn't be so scared of IPAs.
Yeah, not at all. So this is definitely a user-friendly IPA for sure. So Big Al, what do you think overall?
You know, I'm thinking it's really good, but there's not a big wow factor. But it's an awesome good beer to drink, and I would say I'm going to say 3.
Yeah, I'd say definitely a 3. And once again, to get back to our scale, just briefly, a 3 is what we class as our Budweiser.
Yeah.
It's our middle of the road.
Just a good...
Everybody can drink it. A good, solid beer that's good anytime. And this, I think they hit the nail on the head. This you can drink any time of the year and you'd be fine.
Good stuff.
So once again, kudos to Robinson's Brewery and Iron Maiden.
They keep doing a good job.
Oh man. Yeah. Now what we got to do is get Robinson's and Bruce to bring us over there. They need to take us to the brewery.
And we'd like to get one of those nice cases.
Yeah, one of the road cases. That has 2 of every beer in it.
Yeah, not available in the United States.
Somebody needs to do something about that.
Come on, cousins.
Bruce Robinson's, give us a call because we really need to get this worked out.
That's right. I mean, surely you're not still holding a grudge from that revolutionary thing.
Yeah, that thing back there, that was a long time ago.
We weren't even there.
Yeah. They don't even teach it in school now.
That's right.
It's all good.
We have no idea what happened in history.
It's its own new thing now. Anyway, Big Al,
Charlie,
here's to God, guns, and rock and roll.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Iron Maiden and Robinsons. Good job.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Another job well done.
Definitely. I definitely like this beer.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
And just a little shout out there to all of our concert goers. Everything's open back up.
Things are happening.
Get out there, see some shows, support your live bands, your favorites.
Your roadies have been out of work.
The crews, the lighting guys, the rigging guys, the sound guys, the techs, the engineers, the promoters. So once again, thank you, Iron Maiden and Robinson's Brewery. Keep doing what you do.
And don't forget, I'm Big Al.
I'm Charlie.
Till next time. Hey everybody, thanks for... I knew it. Screw that right now. Okay.
No, we're just coming out of the gates. It's good.
Yeah, it's been a while. Haven't used my
Big Al
persona for 3 weeks.
Persona?
That's right. This will happen just by accident.
Takes prep. Yeah. Now Robinson's Brewery is coming out of the UK. They've Jeez.
Okay. Speaking of which, okay. And speaking of which, Jack Leopard, Iron Maiden.
They're all coming out of the UK.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Iron Maiden's been around a long time. Let me just try that one more time.
Yeah.
I think I can do it. Speaking of a long time, Iron Maiden's been...
I can record for
It's Iron Maiden. It can't be that hard.
You would think so.
Let's pour this baby up. Here, let's do it again, dude.